Okay, hello, it's day 58 and this is a second video just to summarize what ended up happening after I left you, where I'd found water on a no-through road and it was knee deep, it turned out, and so I pushed on through, taking a risk, and possibly one of the last times I ever say such a thing and definitely do such a thing. Kept on going, and see, what I do basically is sometimes I pick the route. I just pick a scenic route because I study the maps carefully, and other times when I really want to get somewhere as quickly as possible, I let the application on this phone just say, I asked it what's the quickest way from A to B, and it gives me a particular route. And so the route I was going on today involved all these back roads, which I like because there's less cars on them. But sometimes they're just, well, there's a grain of truth to it being a road, but they're often, suddenly it's a road that accompanies a fence for somebody's paddock, and then you find that, well, the road continues but on the other side of the fence, and you're jumping into the paddock, and then you're running along there, and you find that suddenly you're in somebody's cane field, and the path or road just kind of disappears, and you have to do some bush bashing and follow a particular fence line because that's what the application says. There's a road there, but there's not, and you pop out somewhere else, and at the end of the day you can get through, but it's sometimes slower going, or there's a lot of bush bashing involved. And today there was the worst bush bashing. Like, I was running through just thick muddy roads. I've got some photos of it where I was sort of sinking down like ankle deep in mud, and through grassy patches where, I don't know, these bloody seeds that were getting into my shoes, and they're sharp as needles, it felt like, and I was constantly having to stop and rip them out. Anyway, it makes for slow going, and climax, the ultimatum was I was running through someone's paddock, and what happened to me today was that the battery pack that comes with this phone, I got it for the phone so that I have double battery life, because I need double the battery life because I run the GPS, and the GPS sucks the battery, like, total, you could run the thing for 14 hours, say, with the battery, with the GPS, and that would completely drain it. So I often go through the whole battery in a day, because I run it for so long. Anyway, the battery pack stopped working today, so I got halfway through the run and it conked out, and the issue with that was I was getting quite close to a point where I was going to be on the road and cruising on into Bundaberg, and I knew all the directions, I'd learnt them once I got off this maze that the application had me running. And I've got this photo on the app. It's one of the last ones I took. Well, first of all, it's follow these power lines. Doesn't matter that the cleared out area is so overgrown now that it's just a slow walk, it was just stupid, because, well, I wouldn't have gone down there had I not known that I had 2% battery left, because 2% battery equals no maps. So if I go back and try and work something out, well, then I'm never going to make it. If I go all the way back, I'm not even going to work a way around. I'm just going to get lost. So it's kind of like push on, persevere, and the road you need to be on is not far away. And so I'm heading towards it, and it's getting worse and worse, just grass up around my shoulders, and just pushing through trees, and just dreading the thought of a snake, stepping on it, so making plenty of noise, until I reached a point. Now I got a photo of that, and that was the last thing I got before the battery completely died. I reached a creek which was completely flooded, and it was the first, and it will be the last time, that I actually got completely swimming, if you know what I mean. Like, it was horrible, because there was just all sorts of broken trees and branches, and it's floodwater. It's not smart to go in it. I'm going, what other choice do I have? And I stepped off the bank and just dropped straight down into it, up to my shoulder, and grabbed onto the bank and scrambled back out in a panic and went, do I really have to do this? I guess I do. And hopped back in and tried to wade my way across. Sorry, not wade, like I was like doggy paddling because, I don't know, panicking too much to overarm crawl, but anyway, I made it to the other side and jumped out there, and I don't know, that's just stressful. You don't want to do that. Ugh, this is an adventure, but it's not. That's just stupidity. But it was between a rock and a hard place. Anyway, so I pushed on, and my feet at this point, like they're hardened, but a week of rain that we've just had, hence all the flooding and stuff, has meant that they can't go. Like they've been wet for a week, and they're just about getting trench foot, and so they were horrible. Sorry, alright, I'm just complaining. And then the day just deteriorated seriously badly at that point, because I had no idea how far to go. And I'm just running, and there's something about the fatigue that I've built up in the last couple of days that just hit me like never before. Something about running on sand for 75 kilometres that hits you 2 days afterwards. I've never felt so disgusting, so fatigued. I was, I just felt nauseous. It was, I just wanted to sort of crawl up on the side of the road and just vomit and go to sleep, and I was getting all stressed as well because I was meant to be getting to the school where the principal was putting me up for the night, or for the next couple of nights. And I had to be there by 5 o'clock, but I've got no way of calling him to say, look, I'm running late because I just hit all these, whatever you call it. It was just, and the fatigue was just so shocking that I had to even stop and walk from time to time. I just built up all these cramps in my stomach and lower back from carrying the pack, that I would stop and walk because I was just sort of keeling over and bending over and going, go away, the cramps, pains and stuff like that, and they'd stop after a while, and I'd start walking, and getting yourself to run again is just, it's agonizing, and then you run, and you have to stop again, and anyway, I'm just whinging. It was terrible. I'm not going to lie. At some points I couldn't even control it. I just like sobs and tears come out, and then it didn't help at all. You're just frustrated, and then you have to keep going. And God, it was the lowest I've ever been. And I'm seriously, look, I gave myself a scare. I didn't realise you could feel so horrible. Anyway, kind of scared me. Kind of feel like resting until at least all the blisters on my feet are healed up again, until my knees stop hurting. Well, that'll probably never happen because I'm probably damaging them in ways that will probably last with me for the rest of my life. But anyway, oh man, sorry to unload all that. Anyway, that's the result of taking the unbeaten path. But now I'm here. Now that I'm off my feet, life's great. I'm in a good mood straight away. A lot of people remark, I have no idea how you seem the way you do. Did you seriously just run 60 kilometres? Well, yes. Once I'm off my feet, I'm in a good mood. Everything's alright again. And, I feel like I could tackle it again tomorrow, but no way. I'm talking at some schools tomorrow. And I'm going to give myself some rest. Okay. Enough. Thanks for listening.